everyone! We're back for some more Bike Club. Long time no see. How are you all doing?
Are you talking to us or the people?
Just everyone in general. I don't know. Genuine. Why am I talking like hello?
Hello, Strahd here.
Dungeons and Dragons. Hello. No. Christ. Can I just start over? That was awful.
We're off to a good start.
You have crossed the wrong vampire.
Right, okay, so this is the last Bike Club episode ever. Ever. I can't stop it. It's the fucking disease. Start again. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Jamie. Okay, so as you may have guessed from the stream title, we're not doing a standard Bike Club episode today because unfortunately, as you will notice, we are missing our beloved ranger, and you know, only sane party member.
What not?
May I remind you what happens when she's not here?
That has nothing to do with her. Thank you.
However, Marissa may not be here, but I am going to plug some things for her, so buckle in. And let me just open up the message where she sent me the things. Okay. So as you're all aware, Marissa is a comics colorist and she's really fucking good at what she does. So you should go support her by buying her shit. She is currently in a couple of annuals by DC's Young Animal imprint. We're talking Doom Patrol, JLA Doom Patrol. They're separate things. And Wonder Woman, which she's coloring right now. And they're all freaking great. I've been looking at them. They're top notch. I've heard rumblings of a secret project, which I'm not allowed to really tell you about. But she said to hint. So hint, we've hinted. And she's in the wilds, which is a post-apocalyptic thing with flowers that looks really interesting. I've not actually picked that one up, but you should. She's coloring that too. Also, the reason why she's not here is she is at Emerald City Comic Con this weekend. So if you are going there, go see her. Go give her our love. Give her a big hug from us. She is at table Y for Yankee 6.
Stuart was just trying to figure out a way to get there.
I think Stu was trying to go through the internet to Emerald City Comic Con. So yeah, if you're at
Muppets, you can't travel by map.
So if you're at ECCC, that's it. This weekend, go give Marissa all your love and our love.
The alphabet is hard.
It is. There's too many C's. I'm like ECCC. That's too many C's. Anyway, that's Marissa's plugs. But in all seriousness though, you guys, Marissa works really fucking hard and she produces some top quality work. So please do support her where you can. Even just tweeting out links from her Twitter is a huge help. Spread the word because she's a badass and we love her lots. So let's get our plugs out of the way now. So Bike Club is a podcast. You may be aware of this now if you're on Twitter, but follow us at Bite Club DND, and that's where I'll post all the links. We've got 2 episodes up now, and they're on iTunes, which is fancy pants. Go listen to our beautiful voices on an audio podcast format. As always, stuff's up on YouTube, which you should know by now, but I'll put the links in there. YouTube, blip. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello. Mondays, on this very channel, we have a D&D game DM'd by Stu, who is over there, called Kurion, An Adventurous Tale. And we've just wrapped up a story arc, and we're on to, like, a new one. So if you haven't tuned in before, that's a really good jumping on point, because we're not in the middle of anything. And it's still early days yet, so you haven't missed a whole bunch. But VODs are up on YouTube as well, so follow us on there and catch up. We're about 12, 13 episodes in, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
Could even be 14.
The last one was the 14th.
Hey, 14. I know these things.
She'd be lost without us.
I genuinely would. I don't know what I'd do without him. Is there anything you want to add about Kurion, Stu?
Not particularly, no, but like Susie said, this is a great time to jump on in if you want to watch it, because we've just rounded up an arc, and the players are going into wherever they want to. So
we going,
find out where they go.
I have no. I don't
Where did
know.
we come from?
Where
will
did we go?
We'll be coming round the mountain. I went to everyone done that.
Hey.
Nice.
only if we're gonna meet God Nigel.
I mean, if I hadn't been for that Cotton Eye Joe, I think I would have been married a long time ago. But hey.
Curry on Mondays. Watch it.
Carry on, my wayward son.
All right.
Tune in for Mondays for curry night. How does it feel, Stu? How does it feel? You do this to me every time we play.
Do I?
He just needs to sit there and stew in it for a little while longer.
Oh.
He's never had that one, I can guarantee.
Oh, never.
Hey, Lydia, do you want to plug your Edinburgh Vaults thing? So we can...
I mean, I was going to. Now I'm not entirely sure I want to be associated with. 13th of April, D&D game in Edinburgh's most haunted vaults in Southbridge. Tweet will be up soon as my company gets the thing live. So yeah, keep that night free because it's going to be midnight. Yeah, midnight on April 13th. Yeah. Friday, April 13th. So yeah.
So everyone mark it down in your diary. If you don't have a diary, buy one and mark it down.
Mm-hmm. Or else.
Or else.
Stu will find you, like he will find Jamie.
I was gonna say like that you just get the ghosts on everybody, but fair.
No, we kind of need them.
True.
How else would we scar tourists for life?
I'm completely lost as to where I came into this conversation at this point.
It's okay, because I think we
That's
lost the plot. This is going to be a hell of a night, just... Wow, I can tell.
Toast. Anyone else smell toast?
Anyway... Shall we get on with this goddamn D&D business?
Please.
I mean, I suppose.
Alright.
Dungeons and Dragons and Diners and Dives.
Nope. No. Fuck you. No, that's not a thing. No.
Yes, you can get it on a t-shirt.
If it's on a t-shirt, it means it's a thing.
Anyway. Our story begins where, not too far from where we left off with the last Fight Club. Volgus, Rahal, and Kerchak and Meryl, you have arrived back in Vallaki after travelling from Van Richten's tower. Because the day is drawn on, you made your way to the Blue Water Inn to rest up for the night before heading on further with your day or your adventures. The evening passed quietly. You had a couple of rounds of ale and wine, sat and chatted amongst yourselves before retiring to bed. As the night fell and you fell asleep, you fell into a deep slumber. Heavy, your limbs felt unresponsive. You were just basically sacks of potatoes in your beds, unmoving. A couple of hours pass, and you wake up in a forest, eerily silent. You notice that your equipment isn't with you. You're in your small clothes, you are in your bed clothes, and you're alone.
Are we together?
You are all together.
I couple look around because the last time something like this happened, let's just say it wasn't good. But
You're saying we're wearing what we're sleeping in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Vogus looks exactly the same, just without a breastplate on. Cloak and coat and everything.
Rahal does look exactly the same, even with the furs.
Kerchak's in his smalls.
Just tighty whities.
Pretty
Says
much.
Kerchak on the band.
Yeah.
He's
But,
been
like, the R is the wrong way around.
Oh, bless. We were sleeping, right? We weren't drinking that much.
I mean, the
What?
trouble with waking up in strange places is you don't remember how much you've drank.
I can reasonably say I've never had that much in my life.
Just me.
Waking up in the just you.
Okay. Where are we?
No idea. You sort of get used to waking up in strange places in Barovia.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm still surprised.
Well, I mean, I can guarantee I at least went to bed. I looked down. So that's a plus. So what is around us?
So you appear to be in a small forest clearing, and there's not much light coming through the trees, but what you can see is it's nighttime. There's moonlight lighting you. The trees aren't like the ones in Barovia. These ones seem alive. The grass beneath you, in what you can make out, seems to be healthy. There are a few small flowers around. There is no wildlife, but everything else appears much healthier and more living than it does in Barovia.
Wow, I think we might have gotten out.
It does feel very different, nicer.
But it's just a shame if we did end up leaving, and I don't know, maybe anything you took from Barovia couldn't come back. It's a real shame because I picked up some nice shiny things along the way.
You don't have the shiny things with you?
I don't have the shiny things.
No.
I don't have the shiny things.
Pat him, but get on my tippy toes and pat him on the shoulder.
Is there any sort of defining feature in a direction?
Roll a survival check.
Okie dokie. 14.
14. Okay, so you take some time to look around your surroundings, and you can see what appears to be a small path winding away. You're not quite sure which direction it is, but there seems to be some sort of path. It's not like a paved path. It's more of one that's worn through people walking along it.
Okay. I have a feeling we should follow this path. It'll take us somewhere, civilization, hopefully.
That's what paths usually do.
Either that or some cabin in the woods. There'll be someone in there that bakes us into a cake or something.
Again.
They'd need a big oven.
Well,
Yeah, we'll
I start walking down the path.
and yeah, let's hope you pick the right direction.
Okay. So you start walking down the path, and as you're walking, it starts to reinforce that this is definitely not Barovia, or not Barovia that you have seen. This is much healthier. This is like a proper forest back from where you guys are from. Rahal, it reminds you of home. Albeit a very quiet, wildlife-less home, but home nonetheless. You're walking this path for quite some time. The sky has begun to come light. The dawn is breaking, and you surmise that you've been walking for hours at this point. As you're walking, a small village comes into view. You see the edges of the forest kind of cradle it. It's almost like it pops up out of nowhere. The trees come close to the houses. There's several quaint little wooden cottages. There's a small town square and a larger building at the other side of the town square.
Oh, I was expecting cannibals.
Oh, this
Well,
might...
they might still eat people. They might just be house proud.
It's not the same when they're house proud, though.
Would you feel bad?
No, it's just not as enthralling, you know.
Mm.
Spooky house in the woods versus town full of normal people is a different story to tell.
You need to get out more.
Maybe I need to get in more.
Either or. Are we going in?
We should.
Or else to go.
Well,
Okay.
Paths lead two ways.
Is Volga sulking because there's no cannibals the whole time?
Just sneak up behind him and jump on him.
No
He
one.
has the same stony-faced indifference as he always does.
Okay, as you begin to draw closer to the town, you begin to see Volgus, a familiar sight. The houses are heavily fortified with heavy wooden shutters on the windows, and the doors appear to have scratch marks on them.
What size scratch marks?
Roll me a nature check, please.
Oh, come on, that's something I'm good at.
Nope. Get wrecked. This is vengeance for making me roll wisdom checks as gun.
Lol. 15.
15, okay. A humanoid-esque size creature made this. It's not an animal, something bigger.
Could be a cannibal.
Did we establish what Volgus knew about lycanthropy?
Yeah, we did. He knows a little bit. Like, he
Yeah.
knows...
Does this look like a...
Does it look like a good boy made these?
or a bad boy?
There are no bad boys.
It's
What's he gonna
similar
do?
to
What's
a
he gonna
werewolf
do?
scratchings. Not quite as deep, perhaps. Maybe this could be a smaller werewolf or a weaker one.
An Italian werewolf.
Can I see if the smell is in any way familiar to something I know?
Sure. Survival check?
No. Rolled an 8.
Okay.
Oh, 16. Oh, I'm proficient. 16.
Okay, so you watch as Rahal walks up to a door and just starts sniffing at the claw marks.
Yes, sir.
Ugh. You don't recognize the scent of this. Like, if there's a scent there, there's nothing that you recognize.
I'll go up and knock on a door.
Okay.
What's the store?
It's very early morning still. It's about dawn.
Volgus don't care.
Okay. You knock on a door, and from the other side you hear, "Go away!"
Are you a cannibal?
No!
Oh, shame. Whereabouts are we?
You're in Whitwick.
Whitwick? Where's that?
It's here.
Very descriptive of you.
She's got
Go
you
away!
down.
You'll draw it here. Go away.
Oh, draw what here?
The creature, go away!
I lean on the door. So, how long have you lived in Whitwick?
You madman, go away! I'm not gonna answer any more of your questions.
Where should I go?
Away from me.
She answered the question.
I see.
I have a knife. If you don't leave, I'll cut you.
Oh, well. You're not the first person to say that.
Is there a window by this door?
It is, but it's heavily boarded.
Alright, so they can't see.
No.
I'm just gonna lean up against the window and just be a massive shadow. But never mind.
So, what time does the beast usually stop coming around? This creature.
You don't hear anything, but you feel a solid thud come from the other side of the door as she kicks it.
I can do that.
So, all right. Knock once for before noon, or twice for afternoon.
No response.
Well, I'm not going to get anything more out of this one.
There's a
What do
few
you
more
mean?
houses.
I could always try the neighbours, or I could just stand in the town square and whistle.
What
Yeah.
about a bellow?
Whistles are sharper, it's a higher pitch, travels further.
And his
That seems
whistling
true.
is atrocious. It will
Hmm.
attract attention.
Or we could just try another house.
I walk up to the next house and knock on the door.
Okay.
I stride proudly into the square. My tiny mighty. Just waiting for the signal.
Okay, Rahal, the next house you walk up to is very close to the house that Volgas has just been bothering. And you see that this one has, shutters, then they have like the little love heart cutout at the window. And you see a twitch of a curtain. As you knock, a middle-aged woman with heavy, swollen red eyes pulls the door open a crack.
Good afternoon. Wick is an interesting town. Would you have, by any chance, room board for weary travelers who would very much like to not meet that creature your neighbor was talking about?
As you mentioned the creature, tears well up in her eyes.
Oh
She's,
dear. Oh,
I'm not letting strangers in, but you could go to the tavern.
lovely. Where is the tavern?
It's in the square. In the square.
Are you alright? You don't look alright.
No, but it's no business of yours right now.
Someone probably died.
You're not
that
wrong.
she liked.
Yeah, well, that I knew that. I just
Who died, miss?
She just shuts the door.
walk away.
Kochak, you stand in the middle of the town square. There's a small fountain in the middle. You have one foot up against it, taking the Gaston Heroes pose.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Hey, Kerchak.
Mm-hmm.
Which way is the beach?
I point in two separate directions.
Of course he does.
Yes, he does.
Beyond, you can see, beyond Kerchak, as Rahal and Volgas make your way into the square, you see Kerchak is kind of being backlit right now by lanterns and the glow of light from within a big building, which looks very tavern-esque.
Look, a tavern.
I'll just go inside the tavern then. I will saunter over and we'll go inside.
I stride proudly.
If we can. If not, I'll just knock on the door.
Yep, okay. You walk up to the tavern and push the door. The door is open. And it creaks open. And you see as you walk in that the tavern is called the Holly Inn. And there's an old sign that's the paint has faded and it's, you know, it's kind of just as the whole creaky. The as you enter the tavern, you see it's very quiet inside because it's very early morning. There's a tall, thin man that eyes you, looks you up and down as behind the bar, and he's cleaning some glasses, getting everything ready. And he's already got a fire going, and it provides some nice warmth, and it makes the inn seem like quite welcoming and just more welcoming than the village has been so far. You see at one end of the bar, you see a large man who appears to have his arm in a sling. And above the bar, there's a series of hunting trophies There's elk, bears. There's even an owl bear head up above the bar. As you enter, the thin man goes, "Travelers, eh? Come in."
Tavern keep, eh?
Yeah. Cedric.
August.
Come in, come in.
Yeah, I'm inspecting the trophies and ignoring the people.
I just wandering.
Alright. So, do you go up to the bar?
Yeah.
I do.
Alright. You see that this man, as you move further into the inn, he's tall, he's thin, he has curly black hair and that like a really creepy thin mustache on his like really like, you know when mustaches just get to that creepy level where it's just like and he's like very, very pale, like onion skin almost, like just kitty catcher. Think kitty catcher.
Until you said that, I was thinking more Shrek.
Ogres are like so the child snatcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang instead.
Oh yeah, yeah. The twirly mustache and the creepy skin.
Okay, so
Hunchback. What's your this?
he seems, the way he moves is twitchy and it's erratic and strange. But it's not as if he's like possessed or anything. He's just a very peculiar person. As you approach the bar, his long bony fingers stretch out on it and goes, "Ales then?"
No, I'm good, thank you.
Go on, then.
All right, so he goes, "What's your poison?"
I don't know, but you're a
Something
cannibal.
strong.
All right, and you, weird woman in all the furs.
I'm just walking away, stepping away from the owlbear. Just water if you have today, thank you.
No, okay, boring. And then he goes off and he disappears for a second to go get you drinks. The large
Definitely.
man at the bar with his arm sling is just blanking you guys completely.
What's he wearing?
He
Other
is
than the sling.
wearing like light leathers, as if he's a traveler or a hunter. He's wearing like working clothes, and they appear to be well used.
If I was to do a size comparison,
He's not as big
would I
as you.
fit? Oh, okay. I was about to arm wrestling for it.
You can't Arnie him.
He
Okay.
does have a very impressive beard, though. It's better than yours. Go check.
Fair enough, but I've got dreads, so it's fine.
Your jacket and your claws.
You need your boots, your clothes, and your
Your
motorcycle.
motorcycle. So after a couple of moments, Cedric comes back with your drinks and spreads them across the bar to you.
You haven't answered my question yet.
What? What was your question?
Are you a cannibal?
No.
No. You look like a cannibal. I'd maybe work on that.
Don't go around asking people if they're cannibals. I mean, you can, but it's rude. Even I know that.
And I'm not being rude, but you're hardly one to judge other people based on their looks.
It takes a fool to call a fool.
Apparently so. So, what brings you to Whitwick? Hmm?
Sleepwalked.
Tell you when we find out.
The same
All
thing
that.
that brings you to Whitwick.
I live
You
here.
can tell we have our stories straight.
Yes, apparently. If you're criminals on the lam, then you should get that sorted.
Hmm.
No,
I cannot be kidded.
we don't know where we are. We woke up here in the middle of the forest.
Oh.
Hence the. I point
Tighty
towards
whities.
Kerchak.
The
It's a
budget.
fashion statement. Is it under the butternut hut? I'll have you know.
It's a what?
Under the butternut hut. It's like an over-the-shoulder boulder holder. but for
I've
men.
not heard that before. Oh.
What is it like? Got two separate cups? Is it like a bra?
I'm resisting the urge to Google. What?
Can we move on, please?
We may.
Hang on, I fucking need a moment, apparently.
That mental image will never leave Susie.
Nope.
Again.
Anyway, so Cedric regards you. Just woke up here, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Your tone implies that this has happened before.
No, actually. Quite far from it. This is the first time I'm hearing of anything like this.
You seem so shocked and excited.
Well, it is unusual.
Is there still Barovia?
I've not heard of Barovia.
Well, that's good and bad news.
Yeah.
Is that far away?
Probably.
Not far enough.
Probably a long way away.
Quite a way you've travelled then. In your sleep,
What is-
apparently.
What is this whole area, not just the town?
I only know the village. I was born here, raised here. I'll die here too.
What's this problem with a creature?
Well, much like any other town, we have our own curses.
I think we're still in Barovia, guys.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
What's the curse of this town? Give me all of your local folklore.
Well, terrible thing, really. Terrible business. But an alarming number of our very small townsfolk have gone missing. They just disappear in the night. Or they go hunting, and we never see them again.
Okay.
Many people move away, of course. Who wants to live in a town where people just go missing in the middle of the night?
Most of Barovia, but that's beside the point.
No doubt you've seen everyone started boarding their windows and doors, as if that will help.
Where is this creature being found?
Oh, Noah. We don't know where it's coming from.
You ever seen it? Has anyone ever seen it?
Some claim they have.
What type of creature is it then? I know my way around them.
Why do you ask Quinn? And he points at the large man at the bar.
Well, he does seem like a talkative type of person.
He's a big softy.
Probably why his arm's in a sling.
I walk over to Quinn.
Okay.
and
And
sit down.
you note that when Cedric the barkeep says ask Quinn, his ears prick up and he gives him like a you bastard look. He has his sling arm away from you, and he's resting on the bar with his other, and it's kind of like a barrier. So he's kind of not looking at you. As you sit next to him, he goes, "What do you want?"
Does he look like a hunter?
Yes.
I point up to the owlbear. One of yours?
No.
Any of these one of yours?
Bear, elk.
Bear. That's a female bear, as far as I can tell. Good health. Good teeth, if they're the real ones. If you took that down, you must know your job. It seems like
Alright.
you found a challenge, maybe a step too big.
Something like that.
Is your arm broken or missing?
Still got my arm.
So you wouldn't need to sling a stump.
Well, it depends how much of it you're missing.
Bit insensitive to ask a stranger, mind.
Yeah, Bulgus.
Shut up. How is your arm?
Missing a bit, but it's alright.
See?
I could potentially help if if
If
you would be so kind as to share some information from one hunter to another.
A hunter, is he?
Look at the
Oh,
man.
shit.
Of course he's a hunter.
Hunters
Strong lad.
generally don't very much have a type, but at least not in Barovia. I don't know how it is for where you're from.
It's small talk. I know you don't do. Just never mind. And I'm.
all
Where were
right.
you when this happened?
I need to just ignore you, Volgus, because he's talking to Rahal right now.
Swear to God, boy, I will freaking guiding bolt you.
If you're not talking bullshit, yeah, I'll tell you. Tell you what
Yeah.
happened at least.
Show me your hand.
And he shows you the sling and he pulls it aside and you see it's like heavily bandaged and the blood has seeped through the bandages. These are probably older than they should be. Like they should have been changed at least a day ago. These are like pretty grimy looking bandages.
Yeah, this will not do. I unwrap. I want to see the slashes.
Okay. You
can get
see
anything serious.
a large fresh wound in his arm. It's like ripped flesh. And bite marks. Roll a survival check for me.
Natural one.
Natural one. Okay, so you can't really make out what caused this bite from looking at it. Due to how it's been properly cared for and how ripped and teared the flesh is, it's really difficult for you to gauge bite marks or anything.
I still say, yeah, I understand that big strong men are only about the hunting, but if you get hurt, you should know how to take care of yourself. This will not do. And I give him a cure wounds.
All right.
D8. It's a 4 plus 5, 9.
9. Okay. So you put out your hand and he flinches for a moment. He's trying to keep his like hard man composure, but as you put your hand over the wound, he flinches. And the healing energy seeps out of your hand into the wound. And you remove your hand and his flesh starts to knit together and he kind of stares at it in awe. And he flexes his fingers and... Thanks.
Your turn.
Alright. I was out hunting. Food supplies are running low for the town. Everyone's disappearing. We've got no hunters left. I don't know where it came from. I was setting traps. I thought maybe I could get the creature as well. Save us, 2 birds with 1 stone. And, it set upon me from nowhere. It was the size of a man, but it was on 4 legs, and it moved so fast, and before I knew its teeth were on my arm, and it was ripping me, and I punched it as hard as I could, and I ran. I left half my gear in woods. I left my traps in woods. I all but made it here alive.
Well, fight or flight, you chose the right one.
Yeah.
You didn't see much more than that? Not.
You were a blur. It happened so fast.
Were it fur? Were it skin? What?
Scales, fur.
I saw...
What sound did it make?
I didn't.
No snarling? No hissing?
No snarl, no hiss. I know animals. I've hunted them all my life. This was nothing like I'd ever hunted before.
Well. Has any of the inhabitants, I turn back to the barkeep as well, ever seen it? It seems to come into town from what we could see from the scratches.
Hmm. Apparently, it's been attacking houses on at night time. Terrible. Muriel says it took a boy.
Was that the crying lady with the heart-shaped shutters?
Down the road, yeah. On the way out of town, yeah. That's Muriel.
How long ago was that?
Night before? When was that, Quinn? Was it last night? No. Night before. Night before that. I'm not quite sure.
Quinn,
What?
do you have any equipment that we could borrow and get rid of this threat for you?
Not really on me. As I said, I left it in woods.
Do you know anyone else in town that would have anything?
I'm the only hunter left.
Previous hunters took their stuff with them.
Either that or they were killed in woods. Like I nearly were.
Okay. Can you take us to where you last were? Or at least point us in the right direction? We will protect you, but we need some guidance if we're going to do anything here.
I can lead you to where I go in, yeah. No
Alright.
further, I will go no further.
That's fine. Hopefully, Kerchak, we can find something in the woods for you to use.
Mm-hmm. If it's got great in the title, I'll have it. And probably even if it doesn't, I'll still have it.
I have a funny feeling that it might just be the other.
That's a shame. Oh well.
At this point, Quinn's like, give me another beer, Cedric. And he's just got like, he has like 3 in front of him now. And he's just got like this like 1,000-yard stare shit going on because he's just relived his trauma. We'll go at noon. It's probably not out then.
Right.
Well, in that case, have a wander around town, see if I can, I don't know, get some clothes maybe. Not that I don't mind. It's quite liberating, really.
It's
Well,
not
it is a
much
bit-
less than you usually use. Where
It is a
That's
bit
true.
cold, I guess.
well,
Kerchak takes that as his nipples are hard. No, no other way. His pride is not damaged in any way.
This whole time, Cedric is kind of like watching you from behind the bar. He has like a weird sort of smile at the edge of his mouth.
alright, I'm gonna insight check that creepy
I've
boy.
been thinking about that as well.
Insight check the creepy boy.
Join. Can I do that as well?
Yeah.
Or helping? Yeah.
26.
Alright.
Oh, really? Okay, find it. 27.
Oh shit! Okay, you both share a look of like, this guy's a fucking creepy bastard. But you can't detect any ill will or malice. He's not hiding anything from you that you're aware of.
What's the smile for, Cedric?
I'm just... Well, dire as the circumstances may be, I'm always glad to have new patrons, see new faces. Makes me feel connected.
I miss the multicalls.
And
I miss
Strahd
my
at this
stuff.
point.
Right, noon.
See you back here. Quinn mutters over his pint.
Hang in there.
Oh, I just got lipstick all over my finger. Gross. Alright, so as you guys head back out into the town, we're going to take a quick break because the DM needs to pee. So we'll be back in like 10 minutes. Bye!
It's a long
chips.
Hey guys, welcome back. That finger wasn't for you, it was for Stu, because he's a douche. Anyway, welcome back. Sorry for the amount of time that break took. One of us was away for a long time, Jamie, not naming names.
You're right. I am not naming any names. You're right.
But welcome back. Okay, so when we last left the party, they had just spoken with Cedric, the creepy barkeep, and Quinn, the stoic hunter. And we're about to go out into the town of Whitwick to find out what they can about this mysterious creature that is haunting them. Okay, so as you open the door from the tavern, it's getting a bit brighter out now. People are starting to open up their shutters, open up their doors, and get ready for the day. There's a couple of people just walking between houses, and you see there's like a park bench in the town centre. It's really loud. And there's supposed to be an elderly gentleman sat there, walking stick, leaning on it, and he just seems to be quite blissfully happy. He seems to be the happiest person in this square right now.
You, old man.
There we go.
He takes him a moment to recognize and goes, "Yes?
How are you doing today?
Well, it's a lovely day. The sun is shining. I think the cataracts make everything a bit blurry. But I'm alive."
This
Is
is a
that
man
a-
who sees the bright side,
Is
even
this
with the camera.
a rare occurrence to wake up alive?
Well, I'm getting very old.
How old are you, good sir?
Old enough.
80. And he just started staring off.
This man is a master of the dramatic pause.
Have you eaten anyone recently?
Yes, I've eaten
Who did you eat?
cereal.
The serial eater.
We're looking for a serial killer.
Well, in my years, I have murdered quite a few bowls of cereal. Quite fond of oatmeal. Yes.
What is tonight?
I like this guy. He can stay forever.
Old man. Do you mind if my friend picks you up and brings us with her?
Well, if he's gentle, I am quite frail.
Saves you walking everywhere.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
How do you feel about getting
Yes.
eaten by a giant monster?
Well, that's not quite ideal. But we've all got to die someday.
Me IRL.
He's got a better attitude than anyone in this party.
I like this guy. He can stay.
So, I don't recognize you. Are you from out of town?
No, I'm your grandson, Jimothy.
Jimothy, it's been a while. How's your mother?
She's dead, Grandpa.
Oh.
Yes, you ate her.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Can I just
Don't
walk
tell
away
your
from-
You
grandmother.
ate her too,
Oh.
don't worry.
I'm just
Oh.
walking away again.
See, I told you there were cannibals around here.
No, you told him he was a cannibal. There's a
I
difference.
really affirmed his truth.
Okay. Rahel, you've just left.
So I'm gone. I'm looking for anything like a blacksmith.
this appears to be a very strange town as far as towns you've been and go. There is like nothing in the way of infrastructure. There's houses and a tavern.
Old man,
Yes.
do you have any weaponry?
Only my cane. Delivered a good few wallops in my ears.
I'm sure it has. Do you know anyone that does have any weaponry?
Well, we've got the hunters, but I've not seen them for a while. And Cedric's the werewolf, so he doesn't need weapons.
Excuse me?
What?
Repeat that. Cedric?
Yes, Cedric, tavern owner, werewolf. Yes.
Just one more time for me, please.
You're a bit slow, boy. Cedric
Yes.
owns
Yes,
the
please.
tavern. Is a werewolf, turns into a big beast on a night time.
Is
Teeth,
that normal?
claws.
Is that normal?
So long as I've known him.
Does he usually eat people?
Unsure.
Does everybody know that Cedric is a werewolf?
He likes to keep it under wraps. I didn't tell you. Thinks I
Right.
don't know, but I've seen him.
You've seen him.
Mm.
Where did you see him?
Sneaking out of his tavern one night. Oh, my voice went.
Hey, you lost a few years there for a moment, sir. And a hormone.
It's this Dan Carrax.
Well, good sir. We will leave you to your lovely day.
Say hello to the hag in the woods for me. I'll see you later. And he
Right,
gets up and
okay.
hobbles away.
Kerchak, grab that old man.
Excuse me, sir, but I'm pretty sure I said I would be your walking companion from now on.
Oh, all right.
Would you like to come with us for a little while? Get some fresh air in the lungs?
All right.
The air's nicer up here, and I pick him up and just like have him.
He is a very frail old man.
I'm as gentle as possible.
Yeah. And you actually hear like a little old man giggle.
I swear to God, there's someone who sounds exactly like this and is exactly like this in a mile.
It's me. In 50 years.
Or
I
two.
didn't see that.
Yeah. Right.
Well, that's where
where's-
Do I
When-
find anything like a store or anything anywhere where I would get?
No. And this town, the more you think about it, the less it makes sense. This is like more a neighborhood, a cul-de-sac than a town.
And there's not even a store.
Nope.
I want to ask a few people because I can't believe there's not a store. Just a random person on the street, if I can get them.
Yeah, okay. You see a young woman. She has long black hair. And she is just going to another house.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Do you have a second?
Why?
I'm just traveling through. I need to refresh some supplies. Where would I be able to do that in this town?
Well, we usually just have them.
That's not how anything works. You don't. You trade. There's merchants. There's traveling people. There's farmers.
I don't quite understand. We have everything we need. We don't have need of merchants and travelers. We hunt for food, but that.
Do you have farmers outside the area?
No.
Do you get people traveling through?
Not really.
Where would you have your weapons repaired if they get broken during the hunt? Tools.
I'm not a hunter. They kind of sort that out themselves, I assume.
What's the next biggest city in the area?
I don't know. My life is this town. I don't leave.
That's all right. I'm sorry for bothering you. I don't want to have that same conversation with basically everyone else I see, because this is just.
Yeah, so you stop a couple more people and they give you the same sort of vague answers. It doesn't make sense. You know, like you've not lived in a town. You've lived in your druid commune.
Traveling and
Yeah, but you've traveled. You know how that kind of works. Even within your tribe, you traded where you needed to and stuff like that. You know, there was something. There was structure. There was infrastructure there. As different as it was from a town, you kind of get the idea that this town shouldn't work. These people shouldn't be here.
Can I still see the boys playing with the old man?
Yep. Rather large in the center of town.
They picking him up. Oh my god. And I come back, stroll back.
He's on my shoulders at this point. Just because it's easier to walk around.
You know that he is, while you've got hold of him, he's not wearing, like, outside clothes. He's in, like, his pajamas. He's got slippers on. A big, like, dressing
making
gown.
sure that the slippers don't slip off.
Wait, are they the tartan slippers that every old man owned?
Of course.
Now, are they slip-ons? Or do they, like... Is there, like, a back to them?
Asking the important questions.
No, they're
Or are they
slip-ons. They're like mules.
Right, okay.
They're not the moccasin old man slippers.
Are you all right up there? I can, like, maybe make them stop. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm quite fine. I can see for miles, or I would do if my eyes worked.
Yeah, I won't go around curing
The
people.
tavern keeper's a werewolf. There's a hag in the woods. We stole an old man because he seems to know a lot.
And that's, you know,
We didn't steal
can
him.
I insight check? I'm not sure. Can I look at the old man and see if that's you know, old people are sometimes old people?
Yeah, certainly. Roll an insight check. Kerchak, as you are carrying the old man on your shoulders, he goes, "Oh, did I ever tell you the time we had a bard come in? It was wonderful. He sang all sorts of songs. I think it was a he, or was it a she? Tall and terrible they were, at least, and green skin, big teeth, and a big hat. Big hat. Wandered off into the woods, lost their mind, they did."
Did they wear some extremely interesting clothes each time you saw them?
You know, I thought that was just me going a bit balmy, but I think maybe they did.
I think I might have seen this very bad myself.
Oh, have you? Oh, they were
Maybe.
wonderful. Only knew one song, though.
Was it a good one?
Jury's out on that one.
Okay. Let me know when they've reached a verdict.
What was your insight roll?
20, not natural.
20, not natural. Okay, you have seen the effect that age has on people. This old guy is deep in the old Alzheimer's dementia. He's not all there.
Would I have noticed a strange animalistic smell about Cedric the barkeep?
No, there was no smell to him. Smell like human.
I mean, I'm not an expert on werewolves, but I've seen a fair share of elders we respect and cherish, despite all the interesting things they say. Are we going to just, on a hunch, follow whatever this man, lovely man is telling us
No.
because
If I was intending to follow what he was telling us, I would have burnt down the inn by now.
you see, you say that, but we've had experiences with determined young man before, so I'm just making sure that's not happening.
No, you see, fire is very effective against wolves and other canines. Scares them, even lycanthropes, to my knowledge.
I mean,
Plus, I'm not hasty, and I'm aware this is an old man. I'm also aware that this town doesn't seem all that.
yeah. Also, there's no stores and
No stores,
no
no.
blacksmiths.
No
I
one carries a weapon apart from the
No.
hunters.
no. And when I asked them where they get their supplies from, they said we just have them. Nobody just has supplies.
No. What time does it look like about now?
It's starting to get to noon, which doesn't feel right. You've not been out here for hours.
This is not a reality.
When Rahal said the thing about the locals just having things,
Mm-hmm.
not exactly turned to the old man, but like said, "Old guy, Gramps, if one were so inclined in this town to get a great axe, how would you go about it?"
Well, I don't quite know. The ones that need weapons have them. The ones that don't.
Well, I need a weapon and I don't have it.
But you're not from here, are you, boy?
That's true. You've got me there.
That bard who wandered into the woods. I did hear that as well? Or was it just
Yeah, because he's not quiet.
Yeah. When was that?
Oh. Months ago, maybe weeks, days, I'm not quite sure anymore.
How did she arrive here?
They just showed up.
And where did she say she was going? Was there a reason she went into the woods?
Muttering, raving. Just wandered off.
Well, seems like into the woods, into the woods. That's where we go.
Why not? Why not?
As you are stood there, with the old guy on your shoulders, Kerchak, the rest of you stood around, a familiar-looking middle-aged woman walks up to the group. It's the woman you spoke to the morning prior. She looks up. She goes, "Arthur, what are you doing up there? Come on." And as she says that, he looks down and he goes, "Hag! Hag!" She's like, "Oh, come on, Arthur. We've had enough of this. Come on. Come
What was her
home."
name? Molly? Moira? What was her
Muriel.
name again? Muriel. I'm very sorry about the disturbance earlier this morning. Muriel, was it?
Yes.
I'm sorry if this is rude and unkind, but we heard about your hardships you've been going through lately.
Yes, my son.
May I ask how old he is?
The young man. 17 years. 18.
Is he one of the hunters, or
No.
why would he go into the woods if it's so dangerous?
He didn't. His bedroom. I went to go wake him up at noon. He was lazy boy. And his bedroom was covered in blood. His window was torn open.
he just gone?
No trace of him.
When was that?
It was last night.
Is it still there?
I barely. I can't bear to look at it.
I understand. We may be able to get a trace. I'm quite good at following tracks.
Are you one of the hunters?
You can say that.
We're all hunters of a sort.
By all means, if it helps me find my boy.
Rahal, you go look at that. I suppose we best meet with Quinn. He'll be expecting us soon.
And I go with her.
Okay, so she leads you
I
to.
also put the old man down.
Right. Okay, so Muriel goes over and takes the old guy by the elbow, and she's like, come on, Arthur, we're gonna get you home. And she walks into a nearby house, and sets him up inside with a cup of tea, and a blanket, and just leaves him be. And she leads you back to her house, and as you go in, everything looks pristine. It looks like the model medieval cottage. Everything is in its rightful place. There's not a speck of dirt in this place. She leads you through to her son's bedroom. As the door opens, you're hit by that smell of blood. It is strong. It is everywhere. And you can see as you look through that the window opposite the door is just completely ripped out. There's smashed glass everywhere. The shutters are like 6 feet away outside. They've been pulled off from the outside.
Never seen anything this strong. Can I try and investigate the room?
You certainly can. Roll me an investigation check, please.
17 plus 1, 18.
18. Okay. So you can see that there are slash marks on the bed, and they appear to have been made by an instrument like an axe or a blade. And as you investigate that, you see that there's blood everywhere. It's spattered on the ceiling, on the walls, and there's a big pool of it on the ground. But you can also see there's a trail, a few drops, and also a smear as if something was dragged. And it's leading towards the woods. As you get closer, as you follow the trail a little bit outside, you see that the grass has been ripped up and pulled at parts, and you can see deep ruts in the ground where it looks like someone's fingers have secured themselves in and pulled, or have been pulled. They've tried to rake their way back.
We'll keep that in mind and go to the tavern for the meeting.
Okay, so Volgas and Kerchak, you arrive back at the tavern and you find Quinn stood ready. He has like a traveling cloak on, a hat, and he's like, "You ready?"
Yes, let's go. We need to stop off by... I've forgotten her name completely.
Muriel's?
Muriel's house.
Alright.
Our traveling companion is there.
Alright. Go on then. And he just sort of walks straight out, just barges the door open, leaves it open, just sets off without waiting for you two to catch up. It takes a couple of moments, and then you're at Muriel's as Rahal is leaving.
Ready to go, Rahal?
Bloody. There's found marks of a weapon, maybe self-defense. Can I turn around and ask Muriel if he was having a weapon in his room?
And she says back to you, I don't think he did. He was too lazy to get up and go to the tavern. He wouldn't have been with it enough to learn a weapon.
Were there claw marks as well in the room anywhere, or just weapon slashes?
From what you could see, there was just weapon slashes.
Yeah. Strange.
You're a bit quiet, Lydia. Apparently.
It's strange. It's not. It's not claws. It's not a monster. It's not a beast. It might be that as well, but there was an axe. There were or sword marks. I don't know. Don't use them.
Were there any pieces?
No. It was
Good.
dragged away.
No pieces means a possibility of survival.
I know. We need to hurry up.
Let's go. Gwen, lead the way. No sense dawdling.
And I turn around to the hunter, to Neil. I
Gwyn.
go, Gwyn, sorry. I go, no killing of this bear, please. And then turn into a polar bear. To follow the smell of blood.
Alright. Everyone just roll me a quick insight check.
17.
18.
18.
Alright.
Screw you guys.
You all note how completely unfazed Quinn is that someone just turned into a bear in front of him.
This guy is unfazed.
Gwen,
Yeah.
you hiding anything from us?
No.
This woman just turned into a bear.
She did?
Doesn't it surprise you in any way?
No.
Why is that?
Just doesn't.
Very helpful, Gwen. Let's go.
Alright, okay, so Quinn leads you to the edge of the forest. He leads you in a little bit, following the starting to follow the path that you used to get into the town. But after a short while, he darts off and leads you off to the side to go into the woods a bit deeper. After about an hour or two, he stops. This is as far as I'll go. Carry on that way. Swear I will.
All right.
Is this the same path or similar path as the smell of blood and tracks lead, or were they about to diverge at any point?
From what you can gather, this seems to be roughly the right direction. It's not quite on the same locus as the other path. You know, it's gone up and off a bit, but it's around. If that path had continued straight on, you would be intersecting it shortly.
Yeah, I'm following the nose on the ground, waddling polar bearish through a forest, completely conspicuous because white. But yeah.
Gwen,
What?
how much further until we reach the point where you lost your weaponry?
About half an hour.
Any landmarks?
There's a cairn.
A cairn. Okay. Safe journey back to town. Don't get mauled by any more creatures.
Kind of squints at you.
Insight check.
Inside.
I want to know what he's thinking. Or at least if he's perturbed by that. 23.
He's not hiding anything, and he's thinking that you're a bit of an insensitive dickhead because he has been mauled by a creature, and you're like, don't get mauled by any more creatures, lol. That's the squint.
It's a proclamation more than anything. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So, shall we go?
We shall.
Okie dokie then. Rahal, please do me a favor and roll a survival check.
Survival.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's that adding? It's not going to be good enough anyway. 15.
15, okay. Alright. Okay, you've caught back up with the trail. There are spatters of, very light spatters of blood on leaves and trees as you go by. There's a few scratch marks, a few gouges. The tracks you're finding are a bit confusing. There's some animal, there's some human, there's some you can't quite make out.
And they're just stopping here, or?
No, they're continuing onwards. You've
Yeah,
reached the
follow.
point where you've caught the trail.
Can are the others around?
I was following you. So.
Yeah, same.
Since the guide's not with us anymore, I was just following you since you were
Yeah.
seemingly going somewhere. So
I'm focused. I occasionally grunt. I growl. That's all I can do.
Okay, so you continue walking onwards, and the trail you were following is growing fainter and fainter. You're not quite sure if it turned off and you missed it or what, but the nature of these woods is they're so dense and overgrown with underbrush and just all sorts of trees. There's just a fucking shitload of trees. That it's very easy. You feel like you're going around in circles because every tree looks the same. Every path, every little branch looks identical. And again, it's eerily silent. You haven't heard a bird chirp. You haven't heard a rustle. The ones you make yourselves. You haven't heard the scurrying of small rodents. Nothing.
Does it remind me of the forest I woke up when I died?
You're getting that vibe.
it's just as lively. Get it? Because you were dead.
I get it. Also,
Jackie.
shut up.
No.
You're a polar bear. You can't say shut up.
That was out of
No.
character.
Alright, everyone roll a perception check for me, please.
Nobody fucking knows I'm thinking this. But at one point, if I feel like the trail is going nowhere, leading nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just in a huff, sit down on my bum. It looks very comical. Polar bear. Might even go. Pause.
Right,
So-
Paddington.
Right now, a polar bear is having a tantrum.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural.
Natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Unnatural.
No, I got natural 20,
Alright.
which is 28 in total.
Well, if I'd have got a nat 20, mine would have been a 21 in total.
Ooh.
So I feel like you win there.
I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always win.
Not always.
So, Rahel, are you rolling perception? Or are you too busy having a paddy?
Natural one. I'm
Paddington.
too busy.
Okay, so Rahel in bear form is like, fuck this shit. However, Vulgus and Kerchak, you notice a dark flash of movement between the trees behind you, about 60 feet away.
Are there any rocks or sticks on the ground?
Yeah.
Want to grab one, look to Vulgus, and sort of like mime throwing it in that direction, and like, "Ooh." At the nod, I'm just going to launch whatever it was that I picked up in that direction.
Okay, so you pick up a stone and you launch it from where you saw the flash of movement. It hits a tree trunk with a thunk and bounces off. And it makes an unnaturally loud sound. And you're not sure if that's like just because of the nature of these woods or what, but that one little thunk, which should not have made a sound, is like thunk.
I assume it was because I threw it really hard, and it was all down to me.
Clearly.
I'll cast it out for a light up.
I
Okay.
come out of my huff from the sound.
All right, so Vulgus, you cast light. Where are you putting it?
Just on my hand.
On your hand, okay. And you summon light, and it illuminates the area around you.
There's something following us.
Can I try and sniff if there's a creature here? I can try and smell.
Yeah, roll a survival check.
I think would that be perception? perception? Because that's
Mhm.
keen thing.
Sorry, perception.
You're using your nose eyes.
Natural 20.
Oh, what up? Okay, so
I can smell colors.
Same.
on the breeze, you catch the scent of something that smells like blood.
I'm going towards that direction.
Here's the thing: you're not sure where, and that's not how smells work. You know that's not how smells work.
In everywhere.
I come out of my bear form going, fuck! This is not a forest. This is not how forests work. This is not normal. This is not Barovia, but it's not normal.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
There's blood coming from some direction. I thought you should know.
Thank you for letting us know.
You're welcome.
Let's figure out which direction or where. We
I
just saw a
don't
dark
know.
shape from behind us.
This nose is very sensitive, and I can't pick it up. Anyway. Ugh.
Do we keep
I'm
walking?
gonna try a thing. You guys stick together.
Go for it.
You guys just stick together, and I'll wander away slightly, thinking in my head if it's some sort of predator,
Mm-hmm.
it would want to either separate a group, or if it was to attack, only really go for someone separating from the main body. Sort of essentially using myself as bait.
Okay. So Kochak, you start to wander away from the party. Like, how far away are we going in terms of feet?
How dense is the forest?
Very.
Very.
As dense
So,
as Kochak.
Wow.
He's not
That's
that
just
bad.
mean.
His
What happened to
intelligence
you?
is
Is
average.
someone's put 50p in the dickhead today?
Uh,
Would be fun if he took 50p out of his pocket.
for now, I'll go 40 feet. I imagine I'll be out of line of sight of everyone at that point.
Yeah.
That's my movement.
Yep.
And
Okay.
just sort of have a look around.
All right.
just
So,
remain.
Kochak, you wander away from the party, kind of making sure that you don't turn yourself around so you know where they are, because this forest is very, very dense and thick. As you're walking, you hear the sound of a branch cracking underfoot. It wasn't you. You're fairly certain it wasn't them.
Could I pinpoint where it was coming from or not?
Yeah.
Or like,
Okay.
have a vague direction?
Somewhere kind of behind you and to the right. If close but not very close. About 40, 30 feet.
Right. I'll walk about another 20 feet
Mm-hmm.
and sort of list slightly to the right,
Mm-hmm.
but not so much as to like just veer off towards it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as you step forward, you notice that things are getting dark. And you look up, and through the canopy, you can see that it was noon when you'd set off. You hadn't been walking for that long. Now it's nighttime. And you see clouds pass across the moon, which is large and bright. And everything gets darker for a moment. And then out of the corner of your eye, you spot, illuminated as the moon comes back through, a flash of white.
Flashes in the light caught it, or flashes in movement?
As in movement and the light catching it.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna stay where I am and sort of sit in duck tactic.
Okay.
To see if it emerges again, or if it gets closer, or if it just leaves me alone.
Okay. You hear Another crunch. Slightly closer this time. You don't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay where I am,
Mm-hmm.
and if I hear it come within like an audible 20 feet,
Mm-hmm.
rage.
Okay.
I'll rage if it gets that close.
All right. Let me just do a...
Mm.
All right. Okay, so you sit and wait. Vulgus and Rahal, what are you doing?
I
Have
am.
weapons, does he?
No, I don't think that'll hold him back, though. To be honest.
No, it doesn't hold him back. It might just be stupid.
He's done stupider.
Huh.
But right now, that is serving quite well as bait. This cycle of night and day, though, is interesting.
It is.
And I would like to ready a spell. If
Which spell?
something strikes Kerchak, I would like to fireball the thing that strikes Kerchak.
You can't see Kerchak, so you wouldn't know.
I can't see Kerchak.
Kerchak has gone into the woods.
That's why
Oh,
I'm thinking
dear.
it might be stupid.
He's only gone like 60 feet away. Oh, dark vision. Don't have dark vision. I'm a human.
Same.
Should have cast light on Kerchak.
And it's really dense forest.
We should probably follow him. Okay.
Right, survival checks then to follow him. Because you're doing this in the dark, so disadvantage.
I've got light up.
Mm-hmm.
I have hear and sight based advantage.
Yeah. So it's Rahal, you have advantage. Vulgus just normal roll.
All right, 19 for me.
17 plus 8, 25.
Okay, so you manage to pick up his tracks and you start to see him. As you get close, we're talking about 20, 15 feet away from Kerchak. You can kind of make him out through the trees at this point. You spot it. It appears to be a man. Almost nude. But his hands, his face, his feet are dark. And in the moonlight you can see that the face and the hands kind of glisten as if they're wet. And you see that in one hand he's holding a knife. And you're seeing him creep towards Kerchak. Kerchak doesn't seem to have noticed him.
So.
How far away?
Wait.
So you're about 15 feet away from Kerchak. And if we're going, like, you're here, this guy is here, and he's about 20 feet away from Kerchak.
Okay, so he's like 5 feet away from us.
But no, he's further up.
Oh, so he's like round.
Yeah, he's round, yeah.
So we're like looking like diagonal.
Yes,
so
you're looking like diagonally at him, yeah.
So we're like 17-ish foot or something like that.
I
Okay.
want to cast Hold Person.
Okay.
Looks like he's about to attack Kerchak with a knife.
And I will, on seeing her cast that, I will cast Scorching Ray.
Okay, so roll for your whole person.
No, you roll.
Oh, I do, don't I? Yeah.
No, you roll.
No, you roll.
What is it? It's a wisdom?
16 wisdom.
Okay, so you stretch out your hand forward and concentrate on hold person spell, but it doesn't seem to have stopped him. He's still encroaching slowly, very slowly towards Kerchak.
Okay.
Scorching Ray!
Yeah. 3 attacks, all at him.
Jesus.
Hit them. Okay, so that is a plus what? Plus 8. Yeah, plus 8. So that's going to be a 26, a 23, and a 13
Okay, 2 hit.
to hit. Okay. So the first one does 4 points of damage, and the second one does 8 points of damage. So 12 points of damage in total.
Okay, so Volgus, you put forth your hand, the cracks in it like glow with bright energy as you summon the fire towards him. The fire hits his body, and he hisses and withdraws in pain, but it doesn't seem to leave a mark on him. As he does that, he turns and you look at him and he glares at you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm good at these. That's cocked. It was cocked though between a 20, but I rolled a natural 19 plus 8. So
Okay.
20.
So, you feel a creeping sense of dread and terror build in your stomach, but you've lived in Barovia. This is fucking nothing. And you quell it as you watch as he shoves the knife in his mouth, gets down on all fours, and sprints at an unnatural speed away from you. And it's not long before he's gone in the underbrush. Kerchak, you're only made aware that this is happening when you hear a hiss behind you and you notice light go and then you see a flash as something sprints away from you.
Damn it. Almost had him. How is it sort of gone away at that point? Like chasing it is going to be sort of a more of a losing battle.
You get the sense that this thing knows this land for a start, and it moved fast.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna not make chase then. I'm just gonna wait because I would assume that was those guys, and just wait to have them catch up.
All right. Okay. What do you do?
Catching up, Kerchak. You alright?
I'm fine. I was waiting for it to jump out at me.
I was about to.
Well, the plan was, I mean, I'm very doubtful that it could take me down in one hit, and at least then I'd be able to lay hands on it. What was it?
Man, a knife and weird glistening. I think bloodied, but I'm not
I think
sure.
that was blood, yeah.
So it was just a guy.
Ish.
I mean, a
Went
fast
on all
guy.
fours.
A cannibal.
Hmm. Then he got you
You're
wish.
entirely too happy about that possibility.
Well, there's nothing that feels more morally righteous than killing a cannibal.
Helping deliver a baby.
No, that's just morally grey and physically terrifying.
Okay. Well, it seems to know the area a lot better than we do, so I feel like running after it is not the best option. Don't know where it might lead us.
I walk up to the next tree,
Mm-hmm.
put my hand against it, and cast Speak with Plants.
Okay. All right. What do you want to say to the plant? The tree?
A big tree that looks like it would know its shit.
Okay.
Did you just witness this?
You hear a scream.
Oh my god. Stop it. Stop. Calm down. Hello?
Nothing
Still
but
screaming?
screaming.
I take my hand away. The tree is screaming.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
That must be the wind.
Magic. I know you don't know how that works. Tree screaming.
It's called a howling wind.
Jesus Christ, I put the hand back on. Do I get any form of mind from this?
No, it's just a horrific, blood-curdling scream.
God damn it. It's ugly.
It doesn't sound human, but it's a scream.
You know what this place reminds me of?
Barovia?
Barovia when you die.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I
me
would.
neither.
I would.
Yeah, about that. Touchy subject.
Yeah. I'm aware. So see it as a grace and sign of trust. And I'm telling you this.
Well, all I'm going to say is I can guarantee that we're not dead. Because I don't die.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
That's gonna be so awkward when I kill Kerchak.
I'm just
You
gonna
can't ever
cast
kill
locate,
Kerchak, okay?
You're gonna cast what?
locate object on the knife the creature was carrying.
How does locate object work?
Describe an object as familiar to you. You sense the direction of that object's location as long as that object is within 1,000 feet. If the object is in motion, you know the direction.
I wouldn't say that knife was familiar to you. You caught a glimpse of it in moonlight.
Alright, okay. As long as you've seen it up close. Yeah, okay. Oh, within 30 feet. So,
But it was still dark.
fine.
Oh, I'm loving this.
It was a good try.
Also, Gun's gonna die, but good one.
She can't die.
She's a barbarian.
She's a golden god.
Is that champion?
I'm just thinking, with this place being very much like the place I woke up in when, you know, a name saying Chandra came through,
Mm-hmm.
getting lost in the woods. I didn't get lost in the woods. Maybe.
The other alternative is that this is a manifestation of things that we have been thinking about recently. Werewolves, Chandra, the woods, cannibals.
No, there's.
I guess
no
we're in your
You're
brain.
the only one who keeps talking about cannibals. This town has not. There's.
And you were the ones
nothing.
talking about Chandra. I have no relation to this person.
I know.
If
How-
this
how-
place was a
Has anyone relation
manifestation...
to the old man? The people we saw?
I hate
you
all
see,
that.
okay, maybe that one was me. Because if it was anything to do with my mind, I do like to pick people up a lot. And I did pick that guy up. So that might have been it.
If this is a manifestation of our dreams, it makes sense because I'd imagine you dream about being dead a lot, don't you?
No, actually.
That's surprising.
I got better.
You didn't. Let's carry on in the direction this creature went. We should find it. It might have left tracks if it was really blood all over its legs.
And it didn't seem to be trying to sneak away. You did shoot it with fire.
I did.
We can at least get a sense of where it went then.
I'm gonna try and find tracks.
Alright. Survival check, please.
I would also like to either aid in that or try and track this creature.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
19.
18.
22.
Okay,
Ah,
right.
dude, the survival's
So-
good.
Rahal and Volgus, you pick up on tracks that you're pretty sure came from this creature. It appears to be like human hands and feet, but like spread out as if it was on all fours. It's very, very unnatural looking. Kerchak, you were following the tracks, but then you saw another set of footprints nearby. You died off to go look at those just in case. These weren't in bare feet like the creature was. These were in boots. And so part of your brain was like, oh, the hunter. Oh, so you go off and you follow these tracks, not very far. And you find strewn across the ground the remnants of the hunter's pack. You can see that it has been ripped open. Any rations that were there, you can see have been taken. There's like a sausage link left on the ground, and the cheesecloth that it was wrapped in is just hastily thrown aside. However, you do see you see a crossbow on the ground, and you find a slightly bent but still functional short sword.
I pick them both up, go with the crossbow, sort of thrust it towards the others if they followed me or not. They didn't. Right. Oh, I'll just pick everything up and walk back to them then. Guys, I found some stuff.
A toothpick?
Hold up the short sword. Kinda. Anyone like crossbow?
Not my wheelhouse.
No, mine either.
I mean, I like to hit things up close. So, you know.
Use it as a club.
I mean, that's underutilizing the tool.
Thinking outside the box.
Use it if you
What
can't
box?
get up close and personal.
Fine. I'll sling the crossbow, but like I'll keep the bent short sword with me.
All right. It's not horrendously bent. You know, there's just it's been obviously thrown aside and like stood on.
It's like,
Right.
And it's like a little bit bent. Okay. So, I would like a marching order, please.
Oh, I also took the sausage link as well. You never know if you need to.
Ground sausage.
I'm in the middle.
I'm at the front.
Back, I guess.
Okay. You continue to follow the trail that Rahal and Volgus found, and you pretty easily pick back up on it, Kerchak. It's not as if this creature, this thing, was trying to hide its tracks at this point. You can see it's made quite a disturbance as it made its way through the brush. I do, however, need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Is this a thing I can see happening or not?
Yes.
Okay, so danger thing.
Just go check or everyone.
Just Kerchak.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. As you're walking, you're carrying the hunter's gear. You're following the track. You're very intent on where you're going. You put your foot down. You hear a click, and somewhere in the back of your brain goes, "Shit! The hunter set traps." And you bring your foot back just in time as a metal bear trap goes whoosh, and snaps where your foot was a second ago.
Just turn to the others. See that? Just proud of myself. And I'll go to the trap. Can it be reset fairly easily?
Yeah, you could reset that. Yeah.
Cool. I'm taking that too.
Okay.
Still in his tidy whities.
Still
Oh, yeah,
in
I'm
his
carrying
tidy
everything.
ways, carrying everything with no backpack. He's just kind of slinging it on his arms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You continue to walk through the underbrush, and it's now got incredibly dark. And just when you're starting to think that you've lost the trail, you see that the woods start to become less thick. There's more space between trees. And in the distance, just over ahead of you, you see a small cottage. There appears to be a light on inside.
Can I see Volga's hoping for cannibals and kitty-eating hags, like physically? Can I see the brief moment of excitement?
You watch
No.
Volgas's
Saw on
face
screen.
as the "I hope it's made of gingerbread" flicks across.
No, practiced indifference of many, many years of
Fucking
dealing.
insight check.
Okay.
I just lean into his ear and go,
18
so it's
plus.
either cannibals or vegans. Which would...
Yeah.
Cannibals
26.
are vegans.
26.
Roll a deception for Volgas to keep his stony exterior.
Oh, 21.
21. It's minute, but it's there.
I'm not going to mention it.
Okay.
I'll just nudge him.
I walk forward towards the house.
Are you stealthing?
Yes. No.
What was the roll?
An 8.
An 8. Anyone else stealthing?
I'd be hanging back a little bit. Sort of. How close is the tree line to the house?
There is a good 40 feet from the tree line to the cottage. It's
I could
weird. It's storybook-esque. It's in the middle of like this glade.
Mm.
It makes no sense.
In that case, yeah, I'd be in the tree line, attempting not to be seen for now.
Okay.
'Cause,
So
yeah,
still roll me a stealth just to see how well you John Cena it.
Yeah.
What did you get, Lydia? A 1.
I
Oh,
got
good.
14.
14. Okay.
And somehow that's impressive.
The half-naked half-orc.
Who is carrying a ton of shit, including a bear trap that has a chain on it. They'll be like ting 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 ting.
Oh,
Anyway.
someone isolate that and make a sick remix out of it.
When my PC's up and running, I could.
So, you start to creep silently towards the cottage from the underbrush. You make it to a doorstep. You look inside. There seems to be a figure inside with its back to you. Hasn't reacted.
Bust down the door, SWAT style.
All right, yeah, sure, okay. Volgus goes from a crouch to full on stood up. Like, fuck this. Puts his boot to the door. Please make a strength roll, please.
I'm really good at these.
Please. Really?
Zero.
Who? Well, Volga stands up straight, brings back his foot, does the hardest kick he can, but he's not in the leg. He does it from the knee and basically goes bunk, and the dog goes boom. There was a strange grinding sound inside, like there isn't anymore.
That'd be the cannibalism. Hello? Is anyone there? I'm lost in the woods.
I do not believe that.
Silence.
Can I come in? I'm coming in. Oh, I'll try the handle.
Door opens.
Hello? Is there anyone here?
The man is gone.
Can I look around? Is there anything specific in here?
You see a disturbingly sparse cottage. There's nothing in the living room except for a fire and a stool and a small whetstone, which is now on the floor. You look up and there's a ladder leading to a small attic where there is a straw mattress.
This is transforming into quite the mystery.
Kerchak,
Mm-hmm.
you are stood watching Rahal and Volgus. You see them creep up to the house. You see Volgus toe poke the door, and you have a little giggle to yourself like, fucking pleb.
God, it's just like me playing football.
You see Volgus enter. Rahal, what are you doing?
I'll wait at the door.
Okay.
See if anyone's jumping out a window.
Gotcha. Okay, so you see Volgus enter the cottage. You see Rahal stood outside watching. You hear a small crack of twig behind you. And then in your ear, you hear, surprise! Roll initiative!
He picked the wrong person to attempt to surprise.
You really did.
It's a 19 for me.
Me too.
Okay. Oh, fuck, where did I put my thing?
16 for me. I rolled low.
Oh god, I've just come up with the best thing. I hope this works.
Uh-oh. I'm worried.
You should be.
Right, give me a sec,
Also, if this does work, I do have the chance to do this again. Just actually in the normal game, if we make it out of this alive. Just for funsies.
Okay, that pen is shit, sorry. So, what did you roll, Jamie?
19.
19. Anyone get higher than that?
Same thing.
Who has the higher dex?
Think you do.
I have a +1.
Oh, 14.
My dex is 13, so you've got.
Okay, Volgas, what did you get?
16.
16. Okay. Alright, Rahal. Volgas is in the house. Kerchak is across. Roll a quick perception check for me.
That is 16 plus 8, so 24.
Okay, so as you are listening for Volgas in the house, see if he's running into problems, you are quickly scanning the tree line. You make out Kerchak, you remember where he was. You see behind him the flash of something.
Can I... Is it enough time to also throw a fireball or produce flame?
Yeah.
At the fire, yeah.
It'll just give me a chance to see him, so.
Yeah. It's a 13 plus 5, so 18 plus 3, 21.
21, yeah, that will hit.
And I haven't done this in so long. I think it's a D8. And that's 2 fire damage. Can go
2 fire
behind you.
damage. Okay.
Redundant considering there's a flame zooming across his ear.
So, Kerchak, you are stood. You hear the manic voice whisper surprise, and before you know it, a ball of flame is come hurtling at your head. You turn your head to the side. What do you do?
Oh, sorry. Another 2 damage. It's 5th level.
Okay, I'd like to spin round.
Yep.
Rage on the way.
Mm-hmm.
And with the reset bear trap. So I'll just slam it into whatever is behind me.
Yeah,
As
okay.
close to where a head might be from where I heard them, and just trying to just slam a bear trap into them.
Okay, roll to attack. So, it's an improvised weapon, so everyone's proficient with those, right?
No.
No, okay. See, I should have thought about this when I didn't give you guys your equipment. But hey, that's for past Susie to reflect on.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Natural 2020.
Hey,
It
hey!
would help if I had it the right way around.
La, 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 la.
Shall I roll now and see what I get, and then
Yeah.
maybe add the proficiency if possible? So, what, is it just going to be a straight roll without it, or would I be adding a? particular-
I'd say you'd add your strength as well.
Yeah, you're,
Oh, sorry. Okay.
you're not proficient.
You're not proficient,
Well-
so D20 plus strength.
Well, that was a 17 on the dice with a +5.
Unless you have
so-
to have a roller.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yes, so that's 22. I don't know
So
what
if it's an
damage-
improvised weapon, it's a D4, right?
Yes.
D4
So D4 plus anything as well, or just the D4?
plus strength.
D4 plus strength, Cool. Okay, that's 8 points of damage.
Damn.
And the bear trap is now affixed to whatever part I hit.
Okay. Hang on. So, Kerchak, you spin around, and the anger of almost getting singed by Rahal, and this thing getting the jump on you, because Things don't get the jump on you. You get the jump on things. Not
Exactly.
2 days ago, you were busting through a fucking wall. How dare this thing do this to you? You spin around in a fit of rage and grabbing the nearest thing you can. You don't even think to get the sword. You have the bear trap across your arm. You pull it down. As you do, you slam it onto the arm of this man in front of you as he raises his hand to protect his head. And now suddenly he screams out in agony as he has a bear trap on his arm.
And with my second attack,
Mm-hmm.
I would, I'll get the short sword and take a normal swing. At this
Okay,
guy.
yep.
What is a short sword damage? Is it a D6?
D6.
Piercing damage.
12. I am proficient with these now. Yeah.
Yes.
Also. 20. Not natural.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
For 10 plus rage damage, which is 2, I think. So that'd be 12 points of damage from the short sword.
Yep, okay.
There's the thing, would I have added the rage damage to the bear trap as well?
Yeah, it was a melee attack.
Yeah, so that's another 2 points from that.
All right. Okay. So you give him the old 1-2 with the sword and the bear trap, and you plunge the sword into his gut and pull it out. And because of the bent nature of the blade, it doesn't go in smoothly, doesn't come out smoothly. It leaves a horrific wound, and blood starts pouring out of his stomach, but there's no pain reaction. If anything, he seems to just get a bigger, wider smile. And you see that his mouth is coated in blood, all running down his chest. So Volgus, you're inside the house. You hear a scream. You hear Rahal shout, "Behind you!"
Okay. So I'd like to run downstairs. There was a window in the front of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm running past that window, do I see the creature?
It's a bit of too much of an angle from the window.
Okay, so if can I get to the front door?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see from the front door?
Yeah.
How much further do I have movement-wise?
The cottage isn't too big, so that's about half your movement. Because I assumed you had gone right to the end of the cottage, unless you were like just inside the cottage.
No, right to the end.
So you've got half your movement left.
Okay, so how far away is this creature right now?
From the cottage, 40 feet.
40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would like to... It's doing mental gymnastics in my head right now. Move the rest of my movement, and as I do, I am going to fire off a bird-level guiding bolt at the creature.
Okay. Roll your attack.
That's low. 16.
16 hits.
All right, so that's 6d6 of radiant damage. Okay. $30 points of radiant damage.
30 points of radiant damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Okay.
Just a gout of light blasts into him. And also the next attack against him has advantages. He glistens with radiant energy.
Alright, okay. So you blast him with this bolt of radiant energy. And he kind of steps back, shook, and he sort of hisses in pain, but then he just rights himself and glares back at Kerchak as he now pulls back with his arm, and you see Kerchak, now that you are face to face with him, he's holding a hand axe in one hand. He brings that back down upon you with a natural 20.
Hits, surprisingly.
Warding flare.
Can you warding flare other people's attacks?
Yes, because I am level 6. Anyone within 60 feet.
All
So
right.
disadvantage on that attack.
21.
Yes.
It's not a crit though.
True.
Da 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 da. Okay, he slashes you for 8 points of slashing damage. He brings the axe down upon you. Brings it up, licks the blade as he comes back for another strike. As I put my d20 nearly in my glass. That is 23.
Yep.
Okay. And again, for 8 slashing damage, he brings it down again, and he glares at you with a mad expression in his eyes. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Those were halved as well, because I was a wizard, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom saving throw, did you say?
Yes.
It matters not. It was a natural one.
You are frightened. Something deep within you tells you that this is very, very wrong. He is taking big hits and he's not going down. This is scary. This is horrific.
I begrudgingly accept this feared condition.
Okay, so, Rahal, you watch as, this creature takes a huge hit from Volgus, and you see it bring this axe down upon Kerchak and bring back and laugh, and you see Kerchak visibly start quaking. His arms drop down by his sides.
Well, I can't do much about that. I do shout, "Snap out of it!" and then call down a moonbeam
Okay.
onto the madman at 3rd level. That is 3d10. He does get a save, a constitution save to 16.
Okay, con save.
I don't know if he's a shape changer, but if so, he makes it with disadvantage.
He, succeeds.
Cool. He still takes 7 damage.
7 damage, okay, yep. He is illuminated in this glow from this moonbeam you summoned, and it's still dark, so he is suddenly lit up. Wait a minute. No, it doesn't matter because that was a saving throw, not an attack. So, but he is standing firm. He is not quite moving. He is still stood strong, and he is laughing. And he throws his head back, and you can see the moonbeam like illuminating that he is now covered in blood. Someone else's and Kerchak's.
And on a bonus action, I turn into a saber-toothed tiger.
Yes!
Yes, you do.
Rahal comes back, and she's now a tiger with big teeth. Kerchak, your arms have dropped by your sides. You are terrified of this man in front of you. You have to get away. You gotta get away.
Is that
You don't have to
double
run away. It's
movement
just
to get away, or?
no.
Oh, I
It
don't
was
have
just
to.
that was just flavor.
You just can't move any closer, but you're
I'm
running.
within melee anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't have to leave.
No,
But can I still attack?
you can. You would be at disadvantage. However, Volgus did a guiding bolt, which gave you advantage, so it would be a straight roll.
Well, I feel like, personally, if Kerchak was scared, he would be a little bit more reckless in his actions.
Oh,
Because I just want that.
Is that flavor for you staying reckless attack?
Maybe. Okay, so that's going to be with the short sword again.
yep.
21 to hit.
Yep.
So that's going to be a whopping 8 points of damage for the first hit.
Okay.
And the second, that's going to be not as good. 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Right. Yeah, the
Okay.
second misses.
So, you push through the fear, and you look into his eyes the entire time, and you push through, and you manage to land a great blow against him. And he kind of recoils, takes it, but comes straight back. And the fact that he just bounced straight back from the first blow, you know how hard you hit. No one should come back that quickly from it. it throws you off for the second, and you just catch him, but it's not enough to wound him. You catch the bear trap that is still on his arm. Okay, Volgus.
Can I make
oh,
that
sorry.
save again at the end of my turn or not?
No, you are now unfrightened.
Right, okay.
No, wait, sorry, no, you are still frightened, just for now, until his next turn.
Ah, right, okay, cool. I wasn't sure how that worked.
Volgus doesn't look that. Not Volgus. Kerchak doesn't look that hurt, right? Is he hit point? No? Alright. And there's no one else within 20 feet?
No.
Fireball.
Fireball. The old encounter ender.
That's my
Can I see this happening?
Yeah.
No, because you're not facing Volgus.
Oh, okay. Danger sense isn't working.
Dex saving throws then.
That's going to be a 15.
Ooh, that's a big fail.
Where's my saving throw? 15 is also a fail.
Damn it! Oh well. Still like half the damage.
You do.
Tasty dice.
Ooh. Well. $33 points of damage. Fire damage.
33, okay.
33 half rounded is up or down? It's always down. Isn't it?
Down. 15.
Yeah, so-
No, 16.
Cool.
No,
Yeah.
16.
16,
16.
yes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, maths is hard. Ugh. Oh, because you're bear totem, aren't you? So you have like everything except mental damage.
Yeah.
Mental damage.
No, but you know what I mean? Like mental magic. Psychic. That's it. Psychic.
I can't deal with confusion.
Okay, so Volgus, you extend your hand, you say the words, the cracks in your glove and your skin. You launch this massive ball of fire, an inferno, and it lands right on top of Kerchak and this creature. And Rahal, you're kind of like, oh shit. There's an explosion. And as the light dies down, two figures still remain. Which will bring us to the creature's turn. And Kerchak, being right in front of you, you can see that this guy is heavily scorched now. He is looking pretty rough. He's still standing, and his face isn't contorted in pain. It's still the same sort of bizarre smile. And he is going to hit you again with the hand axe if you can.
Does he get another round of damage, or is
Moonbeam, yes.
starts his turn in there?
Yep. So that's
Am
it.
I in the moonbeam?
12.
No, she put it behind 12. He fails the save, so it's 12.
12.
Okay. He grunts, and there is a flash of pain across his face as the moonbeam light burns him, but he's still so focused on taking you down. He comes at you again with hand axe, and that's gonna be a 23 to hit, which hits. Oh
You got
man!
advantage on these, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm reckless.
Oh shit!
So yeah.
It's alright, that wasn't a crit. And that's 5 slashing damage. But he is then going to lunge at you and attempt to bite you.
I'm wanting flaring that.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Just means you have, instead of advantage, it's...
Oh, right.
just-
Well, lucky for you, because one of those was a natural 20. So, that is a... 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 11 points of piercing damage.
Ha. 2, 6.
Oh, I need to see if he gets that back as well. He does not. Okay, and he is like tearing into your pec. He's just...
How rude.
Hey, Kerchak is a big burly dude. This is a very big surface area.
We finally have some cannibalism though.
Finally.
Are you
Okay,
happy?
Rahal. You see this guy lunge towards Kerchak and take a chunk out of his chest.
Did he move out of the moonbeam?
He did.
I'm going to run towards him in my tiger form,
Mm-hmm.
which gives me enough sort of wazam to pounce.
Okay.
Wazam.
Wazam.
My least favorite
Got a
word.
technical term
Uh-huh.
I just made up. Strength save.
What's your DC?
14.
Succeeds.
Oh. Then he's not prone. Can I still? Oh, I get hit with a claw attack. Oh, sorry, I didn't read that right. But I probably don't even hit with that claw attack because that is 9.
Okay, so as you run forward in Sabertooth mode, you lunge at him and he parries to the left, and as you swipe at him with the claw, he then dodges to the right, and you stand before him, teeth bared. As
Growl a
he
little.
Hmm?
I just growl a little.
Growl a
that's all
little.
I can-
And he, even though he's like haggard at this point, his breathing is heavy and rough. He is still somewhat standing, if not a bit more hunched over. Kerchak, you are no longer scared of this guy. He's just taken a bite out of your boob. What are you gonna do?
I feel like he is misunderstood and could use a cuddle.
Mm,
So what I'm gonna do is, well, first I'm gonna snap him out of it.
mm.
So like, I'm gonna use the short sword to hit him once.
Uh-huh.
Just like, dude, why? So that's gonna be reckless again, because why not?
Why not?
Why not? So one was a natural 19, so I assume it's gonna hit.
Yes.
So that's gonna be a 12 points of damage from that. And
Mhm.
with my second, I would like to give him the biggest bear hug ever and grapple him.
Okay, so, Kerchak, you are fucking pissed. This guy is scarring your beautiful barrel chest, your muscles. You fucking worked hard for those pecs, and this dickhead has just ripped into him. So you spin around, and you, at this point, he has his back to you because he's facing off with Rahal. You take the short sword, you stab it into his lower back, and you give it a good twist. You're like, fuck your kidney. And then you move forward, you grab him with both arms and screws. And he isn't making any sounds. He's not struggling. He's not breathing.
Is he still near the moonbeam?
I mean, yes, because he's still close.
Is he still in it though?
No,
Because I
no,
thought
no,
he
he's
moved out
not,
of it.
no.
Okay, so can I use my movement while grappling him to move back into the moonbeam?
Sure.
Because I have 40, so I don't know if it's like if it counts as like difficult terrain, so it's half. But I wonder if I could just sort of move him back into the moonbeam.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so you have now his limp body, and you're just walking backward into the moonbeam. Nothing extraordinary is happening.
Okay. And that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. This is his turn. He's out. Rahal. In tiger form, you watch as you see Kerchak shank the guy from behind, grab him, and you can see he's not moving anymore.
Stay in tiger form in a circle, just in case he jumps up and tries to run away without
Mhm.
getting into the moonbeam.
No, it's Rahal, then Volgus.
No, it's Rahal, then me.
It's Rahal Kerchak, then me.
My bad. Sorry,
okay.
Volgus.
It's okay. There's nothing I can do right now anyway.
Alright.
Just wanted to point it out.
I move closer and I ready Scorching Ray if he moves again.
All right. Okay, so moments pass. He's not moving. He's not breathing. You think? I think he's dead. He's pretty dead. You've seen dead guys. This looks like a dead guy.
Is he at least disarmed? Has he dropped his weapon?
Yes, literally and almost other literally. He has a bear trap on one arm. Is what I was going for.
Well, cannibals.
Hmm.
Do you get the strangest feeling that there's something off with this, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were shucking off blows like you.
Mm.
You don't meet people like you very often, Kerchak, and I mean that as a compliment.
I took it that way.
It was.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to put him down, but still like have a hand on his back, like right between the shoulder blades.
Okay.
Why don't you chop
Pick up
his
the
head
axe he had.
All
That's
right.
what I was thinking.
Okay, so in a method that could only be described as a body slam, Kerchak shoves the guy onto the ground because Kerchak doesn't know how to do things delicately, and he's been big into the wrestling moves lately.
Yeah, I only pick up old men delicately.
Exactly. So
And
Kerchak body slams this guy into the ground and keeps a hand in the middle of his back and takes the hand axe.
Head.
Head.
Okay, head. No more head.
Okay, he takes a couple of smacks. There's a horrific crunch as you remove this creature's head from his body. The head rolls away from you, expressionless.
Ooh, can I badass stop it with my foot?
Yep. Kerchak, you fall to your knees and catch your breath. You're finally safe from Shiloh the Buff.
I knew it.
I had a suspicion earlier. So he was running away on all fours. That's one of the reasons why I used the bear trap.
Oh, you were almost running on your stump leg. When you were like, yeah, Widwick, I was like... At the very beginning, I was jokingly like, oh yeah, it's got to be the Shia LaBeouf thing. It slowly dawned on me. It's the Shia LaBeouf thing.
That's why I went alone into the woods as well.
Okay, so
Surprise.
your vision darkens and you hear a low chuckle and clapping. You know that laugh, you've heard it before. Strahd von Zarovich says, well done. And you awake. Morning pass in the Blue Water Inn. And that's it for tonight, guys.
I like it.
Is this
Makes
where I say
quite
I've
an
never
effort.
seen the Shia LaBeouf thing?
Oh,
Oh,
Really?
what?
This is all completely lost on me, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
That's okay, because I'm going to send it to you afterwards.
Oh,
You get
God.
to experience it for the first time.
Mhm. Mhm.
But, yeah, so thanks for hanging out, guys. Thank you for you guys for playing along. And thank you guys for, I know you figured it out ages before, but thanks for not being like, oh, Shia LaBeouf. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah. So this will go up on YouTube next week. I'll go up tomorrow for patrons. And I will work on getting it up with the podcasts, which are coming out as I make them. Unfortunately, last week I was rammed, so I couldn't get any out last week. But I will get on that. So check it out there. On the YouTube and the things. So yeah, is there anything you guys want to say before we sign off for the night?
I didn't actually realize it was properly the Shia LaBeouf thing until we got to the cottage. I was joking up until that point.
I had my suspicions and I was testing the waters.
Oh, I feel so dumb.
It's okay because I ran this for my family like a couple of Christmases ago, and my sister figured it out halfway through, and she just looked me dead in the eyes and went, "Fuck you." So thank you for reacting to that well better than my sister did. But yeah, so we're gonna love you and leave you for tonight. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for that sub tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the follows, the hosts, all that wonderful stuff. And I will see your beautiful faces on Friday. Bye bye.